kid loves me and respects me, because he is only going to marry the one that I'm going to select. Yeah, otherwise he's just, going to leave the rest. He's simply going to do the things that I approve of. Yeah, he is going to see the world the way how I want him to see. He's going to see himself the way how I want him to see. Hello everyone, I hope everyone is doing good and taking good care of themselves. So today I'm going to talk about the kind of love and respect narcissistic parents expect from their children. And before I get going, I would request you all to like, share, subscribe the channel, hit the notification bell so you guys are updated whenever we put out a new content. So a couple of days back I was speaking to a client, and she came up with this question. Yeah, she's got no contact, with her narcissistic family. She's, no contact with her narcissistic parents. And, it's been quite some time, all that, brain fog, all that confusion is, gradually getting cleared out. And she has more clarity now. And this was the question, that was bothering her for quite some time. Yeah, because of all that rumination, I mean, being stuck in that spiral grief, she really wanted to know what kind of love and respect, her narcissistic parent wanted out of her. And when I, answered her question, she was somewhat convinced, and I could see, that relief. I could see that, calmness in her. Yeah, all that confusion was cleared out. She felt as if, she got a divine revelation. Yeah, whereas in all the confusion were clear, and now, she knows what exactly happened with her and what was the, things that was expected out of her by her narcissistic parent. So I thought that, let me make a video on this, topic, so that, it adds more clarity to all of you. And in a way, we can create more awareness about, these kind of, toxic, narcissistic, antagonistic relationship, narcissistic parents, narcissistic spouse, and, the way how they view things, the kind of things they expect out of their children, spouse. Yeah. Let us briefly understand who these narcissistic parents are. Narcissistic parents are like those animal breeders. They simply breed because they want more source of supply. Narcissistic parents, choose to get into relationship because they want more source of supply. Relationship is very transactional, instrumental, and conditional for these narcissistic individuals. As long as they are getting something out of you, okay, they are going to throw crumbs at you. The moment they see they are not getting what they want out of you, or what they had expected, out of you, that is the time, they are going to, throw a lot of nasty things at you. They are going to do numbers on you. They are going to throw silent treatment, triangulate things, make you feel miserable. And all of this is basically to, put you back in, action, so that, you betray your own self and you keep fulfilling their dreams, desire, and expectations, even though if it is unrealistic, even though if it is stupid. But that doesn't really matter. All what matters is how well you are able to give them what they want out of you. Yeah. So narcissistic parents are very entitled individuals. They lack empathy, and they really don't care, as to what is going inside of their children, what's happening, to their children because of their action and behavior. That's none of their concern. All what they're concerned about is the narcissistic supply. Yeah, whether it is attention, emotional availability, money, labor in the house. I mean, it's very one way. You can never have a, a mutual, or you can say a dialogical relationship and conversation with narcissistic individuals. Narcissistic individuals are the takers, and you have to be the giver. Yeah, because that's why you have been created. That's why you have been brought in this world, to give them with whatever they want out of you. I mean, every parent, does things for their children, but healthy parents, don't give payback reminders. Healthy parents don't guilt trip their children. Healthy parents don't burden their children with unrealistic expectations. Healthy parents really, don't burden their children, with the responsibility of keeping them happy. Healthy parents don't do that. They decide, to have children, and they do the best, they can for their children, and then they set their children free. Now you're free, go do whatever you want. Yeah. So things are very different in narcissistic families with these narcissistic parents. They will do the bare minimum, and they will keep on guilt tripping you. They will do the bare minimum, and they'll keep on exaggerating, and they'll keep on narrating, the cooked up story to their children. And this is basically to instill guilt and shame. Yeah, so that the child has this feeling inside of him or her that my mother has sacrificed a lot, and I need to get even with her and do things for her. But let me tell you, there is a catch. You can never get even with narcissistic parents. That's how they trap you in that loop. That's how they keep you on hook, by telling you, the things they have done for you. And as kids, we feel like doing things for them, and reaching an even point. But that even point never comes, because they keep shifting the goal. They keep shifting things from pillar to post, from this area to that area. So if you are doing things for them in hopes of getting even, or in hopes of pleasing them and getting validation out of them, they are going to give you backhanded compliments. Yeah, they are not going to appreciate your effort. They are not going to laud you. They are not going to tell you, well, I'm so proud of you. Instead, they're going to tell you, well, it's because of me you are where you are. If I wouldn't have had sacrificed so much, you wouldn't have had been where you are. So what you are doing for me is nothing compared to what I have done for you. Yeah. So you can never get even with narcissistic parents, and this is how they trap you. This is how they keep you on hook. They keep you trapped in that spiral where you keep doing more and more and more. You beg, borrow, steal. You do all right things and wrong things just to get even and please your narcissistic parent. And sadly, you are never able to please your narcissistic parent. And the problem is not with you. The problem is with them. Yeah, they are designed differently. They are designed to just abuse. They are designed to just exploit. Yeah, the entire world, their family, their children, their spouse. So expecting them to behave and function like normal individuals like you and me, I think that's being stupid. Yeah. So have this radical acceptance. You are with someone who's very ruthless. You are with someone who's very self-centered. You are with someone who will never be able to feel or experience what you are feeling and going through, because they have inability to self-reflect. They lack empathy. It's all about them. Yeah, as long as you are able to give them whatever they want out of you, everything is okay. The moment they see that you are unable to supply them with their narcissistic supply, or their demand and requirements, that is the time they are going to do things to keep you in check, do things to keep you reminded as to what your duty is, as to what your purpose is. Yeah, what was the reason for bringing you in this world. They are going to give all those reminders. Some of the narcissistic parents will give direct reminders. Coverts are going to give indirect reminders. They are going to triangulate things, bring in a third person to throw you off balance and pass across that message that your father has done so much, your mother has done so much, you can never get even. And you just have to keep doing things for them till eternity, or till the time you are alive or they are alive. So narcissistic parents have their unique way of keeping their kids on hook. Yeah, they have their unique way of keeping their kids in that spiral. Yeah. And this helps narcissistic parents feel good. Yeah. They are able to get what they want out of the child. Plus the child is doing things without any expectation and return. Yeah, because I have already made the child feel guilty. I have already made the child feel responsible for a lot of things. Yeah, and I have already informed the child that I have suffered a lot. Yeah, so as a result of which the child has got that message that I need to betray my own self. I don't need to prioritize my needs, wants, and requirement. Instead, I need to prioritize my narcissistic parents' needs, wants, and requirement. So everything falls in place as per the narcissistic parent, with all that gaslighting, manipulation, triangulation, silent treatment, bringing in other people to do the talking, you know projecting themselves as the victim, and someone who's like a martyr, someone who has suffered a lot, and no matter what you do, you are never going to get even. Yeah, so you simply keep doing more and more and more like a donkey for them. To be in narcissistic relationship is like having small dosage of rat poison on a regular basis. Yeah, it eats you up on the inside slowly and gradually, and there comes a time when you are broken and shattered beyond repair. There comes a time when you are simply depleted. Yeah, with all that rumination, with all that invalidation, gaslighting, doubt, you are unable to develop a sense of self. Yeah, all what you know and understand is that I need to please my narcissistic parent. This is what life is. Yeah, apart from narcissistic parents, you are unable to see and experience things independently, because narcissistic parents are very smart and manipulative, and they make their way in every aspect of your life, whether it is study, your relationship, your friendship. They are everywhere to poke their nose and give you know uh, a feedback which is not asked for. Yeah, so you don't have space. You really are unable to connect to your inner child so that you can heal and recover. You are simply outward. You are simply performing on the outside. You are not allowed to go inside. Yeah, and this is because of all that manipulation, gaslighting. Narcissistic parents train you to betray your own self and prioritize them with all that guilt trips, shaming, sad stories. Yeah, and as a result of which we are unable to go inside and fix ourselves, work on ourselves, and embrace who we are. We are simply in that mode of shape shifting, because we know what narcissistic rage looks and feels like, and we really don't want that as children. Yeah, so we simply keep shape shifting. Yeah, because as it is, we know life is like walking on eggshells. Yeah, if we do things which the narcissistic parent doesn't approve of, they are going to make sure that they make us feel miserable. They are going to make sure that they teach us a lesson, and their lessons are nasty. Yeah, they are going to shame you, withhold love and affection, treat you with passive aggression. Some of the narcissistic parents are into verbally abusive behavior, physically violent and abusive behavior. So narcissistic parents do anything and everything with their children, and this is because they fail to see their kid as a separate individual. They see their kid as an extension of themselves. Yeah, so if I'm happy, okay, the kid is allowed to be happy, but if I'm sad, the kid is not allowed to be happy. The kid is supposed to be sad. If I hate something, the kid has to hate that. If I like something, the kid has to like that as well. Yeah, so these individuals, I mean these narcissistic individuals, are sick individuals, and the only thing that you can do with them is to leave them alone. Yeah, and just run away from them, because no matter what you tell them, no matter how much you try and explain yourself, you will be exhausted. You will never be seen and heard. You will never be validated. Instead, you will be invalidated. Instead, you will be shamed, criticized. Instead, you would be minimized. They are going to do all sorts of bad stuff with you, and this is basically to crush your soul. This is basically to keep you away from discovering your authentic self. This is basically to stunt your growth, so that you don't grow up to be a healthy, independent individual. You are forever dependent on them, whether it is finance, emotion, whatsoever. Yeah, so narcissistic parents are damaging, and the only solution is run away. Yeah, don't explain, don't do things, work on your own self, and when the time is right, just leave. Yeah. So now coming to, the kind of love and respect narcissistic parents expect from their children. The first, thing that narcissistic parents expect from their children is that, the children should never reply to their insult, bullying and abuse. The children should never reply or resist, all the insult, bullying, abuse, bad behavior. Instead, the child should suffer in silence. The child should keep his mouth shut, and that's it. Now, this is what, you know the narcissistic parents expect out of you. Yeah, obedience, devotion, compliance. Yeah, they don't want you to react. They want you to suffer in silence, keep your mouth shut, and that's it. And this is what they interpret as love and respect. So if you love them, you have to take all that bullshit, all that abuse, all that insult, all that bullying, and be shut. Yeah. So if you love them, if you respect them, you have to tolerate all the insult, bullying and abuse, and simply keep your mouth shut. Yeah. The more you suffer in silence, the more you are silent, the more you endure all of those bad stuff, that appears to be as if you love them and you respect them. But the moment you resist, the moment you say no, the moment you try and expose them, the moment you confront them, that is disrespectful, that is being ungrateful, that is when you don't love your parents. Yeah. So it's quite I would say fucked up in a lot of ways with these narcissistic individuals. So for them, love and respect is when you tolerate their bullshit, and you still hang around with them, and at times you thank them for treating you miserably. Yeah, that's what all of it means. Yeah. So yes, I mean, the first kind of love and respect that narcissistic parents expect out of their children is that the children shouldn't reply to their insult, bullying and abuse. Instead, the children should suffer in silence, keep their mouth shut, and keep playing along, keep serving them. That's it. The next thing that narcissistic parents expect out of their children is, never demand your autonomy. Let the narcissistic parent, decide what's best for you. Yeah. So you will have to be okay with whatever decisions they make on your behalf with your life, regarding your career, regarding your partner, marriage, relationship, friendship. You simply have to keep obeying them, you simply have to keep following them, and that's it. If you resist, if you question, if you don't obey, or if you don't play along, that is going to be perceived as a kind of a narcissistic injury. Yeah. And that is something which threatens the narcissist, that they are losing control over the supply they have created, and that makes them throw a lot of narcissistic rage at you. Yeah. So never demand autonomy. Simply keep playing along, let them do whatever shit they want to do with you, and that's it. Let them decide everything in your life. Let them decide who you need to marry, who you need to have sex with, who you need to be with, who you need to be friends with, which relatives you need to talk, which career path you need to choose, how much money you need to keep for yourself, and how much money you need to give them. They want to decide every aspect of your life, and they really don't like when you question them or when you resist. Yeah. If you question and if you resist, they will see it as threat. They will see it as that their child is being ungrateful, the child doesn't love them, the child is not being respectful, yeah, towards them. So yes, I mean, never demand your autonomy. Let them do whatever shit they want with you and your life. The other kind of love and respect that narcissistic parents expect out of their children is, when you start relationship, only after their approval, whether it is friendship, whether it is love relationship, whether you want to start relationship or get in touch with relatives, siblings, everything has to be done, with their approval. Yeah, if you do that the way how they want, they will see and feel that you love them, you respect them. But if you question them, or if you go ahead and establish relationship with some relatives which they don't like, if you try and establish good relationship with your sibling, or if you choose a partner for yourself, or if you go out there and make friends all by yourself, that's something which they don't like and appreciate. Yeah, so you have to start every relationship in your life, uh, after you get approval from them. And if you do without their approval, that is when they see that you are being disrespectful and you don't love them. Yeah, so narcissistic parents want you to be 100% loyal, dedicated and devoted. They want to control every aspect of your life. They don't want you to access or exercise your autonomy. Yeah, they want you to be like a puppet, and them being the puppeteers who gets to pull the strings. The other form of love and respect that narcissistic parents expect out of you is that the narcissistic parent is going to decide your sexuality, orientation, preference. Yeah, they are going to choose a partner for you. They are going to decide when you need to breed and how many boy or girl you need to breed, how many children you need to have, how many times you need to get married. Narcissistic parents want to get into you know every space which a parent is not supposed to get into. Healthy parents don't get into all of these things. Healthy parents are not interested to know who you are sleeping with. Healthy parents are not interested to know how many kids you are bringing in this world. Healthy parents are not interested to know what is your orientation or preference, or I mean, healthy parents don't get into all of that. Healthy parents know what boundary is. But with these narcissistic parents, it's way too sick. Yeah, so another form of love and respect is when you allow them, or when you let them decide your sexuality, orientation, preference, when you let them decide who you are going to sleep with, when you let them decide how many children you are going to breed. Yeah, so in a way they expect you to hand over total control to them. Yeah, where they get to decide anything and everything in your life. So the more they are able to control your life, the more they are able to exercise control, and the more they are able to manipulate you, the more they are able to mold you as per their requirement. They perceive all of that as love and respect. My kid loves me, my kid respects me. Yeah, because I get to tell my kid that he's not gay, because I get to tell my kid that he shouldn't sleep with this girl, he should sleep with the girl that I have selected. My kid respects me because I get to decide how many children he needs to breed. My kid loves me and respects me because he is only going to marry the one that I'm going to select. Yeah, otherwise he's just going to leave the rest. He's simply going to do the things that I approve of. Yeah, he's going to see the world the way how I want him to see. He's going to see himself the way how I want him to see, and rest everything can go to hell. Yeah, so this is how obsessed and control freak narcissistic parents are. The other form of love and respect that narcissistic parents expect out of their children is that you need to prioritize them. You need to betray your own self, your family, your husband, wife, your children, your friend. You just keep betraying the entire world. You keep betraying your own self, and you are simply there to serve them. Yeah, that is what they see as love and respect. Yeah, total devotion, where you are ready to betray your children's needs, where you are ready to betray your wife's need, where you are ready to betray your husband's need. Yeah, only to serve the narcissistic parent. This is what makes them feel good. This is what makes them feel accomplished, that yes, I got what I had bred for. Yeah, this is what I wanted and this is what I'm getting. So then they see uh, all of that, I mean all of the things that you do for them, I mean betraying others, betraying your own self, your kids, your friends, your work, you are simply prioritizing them. That is something which they see as love and respect from your end. Yeah, but if you prioritize your family, if you prioritize your friend, if you prioritize your spouse, your children, that is when they feel betrayed. Yeah, and that causes them narcissistic injury, and then what comes next? They're going to throw shit at you. They're not going to live in peace. They are not going to let you live in peace. The other thing that narcissistic parents expect out of their children is that you believe and practice the things they believe and practice. Yeah, you are not allowed to do things all by yourself and on your own and your way. You have to believe the things they believe in, and you simply have to replicate and do exactly the way how they do things. Yeah, if you are doing things your way, or if you are into some other practice, or if you have interest in something else, that is something which is like a red flag for the narcissistic parent. They did not breed you so that you can use your mind. Yeah, they bred you to keep serving them like a mindless individual. Yeah, so when you are raised by narcissistic parents, they really don't expect you to use this. Yeah, they simply want you to follow instructions and orders. Yeah, so if they see that you are not believing and practicing the things they believe in and they practice, they are going to see it as a threat. They are going to see it as disrespect. They are going to see it as you not loving them. Yeah, and all of it hurts them. They want you to be a certain way. Yeah, they have a lot of plans for you. Yeah, and all of that plan is basically to serve them. Yeah, all of that plan is not in your best interest. Yeah, so they want you to get into the things they are into. They want you to believe in the things that they believe in. Yeah, even though you have studied, you have explored, and you find all of the things they are into, I mean, a little stupendous or weird or illogical, but they don't want you to think that way. They simply want you to keep following and believing whatever they are following and believing. That's it. If you resist, if you go on some other path, that is going to be perceived as a threat. That is going to cause narcissistic injury to them. Yeah, and then what comes next. All the flying monkeys are going to be summoned, and they are going to be you know uh, directed towards you. There is going to be litany of gaslighting statements. There is going to be lots of manipulation, triangulation. Their enablers are going to jump into the scene and tell you, well, your mother believes in these things, you need to share the same values and beliefs and ideals. You cannot think out of the box. This is the way, this is what your father believes in, you have to believe as well. You cannot believe some other thing. That's not right. This is how it is from ancient time. All that bullshit that you can expect out of these educated illiterates, I mean these narcissistic individuals. Even though if they have some degree, or even though if they have you know um, expertise in some domain, some subject, but the way how they behave is next to that of an illiterate. Yeah, even though if they have good degrees, even though they have good experience, but when it comes to their ego, when it comes to their demand and needs, they can really behave like an illiterate, like a fool. Yeah, so I mean, I have come across a lot of narcissistic individuals in my family, and they were PhD, some of them were scientists and engineers and doctors, and I really don't know how they got hold of those degrees. But now when I look back, you know I really find all of them to be stupid, mentally deracinated, and just an 8-year-old trapped in an adult body. Yeah, because it's either their way or there is no other way. Yeah, you cannot think rationally and you cannot think logically. Just because they believe in something stupid, you have to believe in it as well. And if you don't believe in all of those stupid things, then you are the black sheep. You will be scapegoated, you will be discarded, they're going to do nasty numbers on you. So narcissistic individuals, are very self-centered. They can, push, the boundaries of absurdities, to a whole new level. Yeah, it's all about them, and that's it. Yeah. So they want you to believe in anything and everything that they believe in. Yeah, and if you don't, you know what comes next. The other form of love and respect that narcissistic parents expect out of their children is that, having needs is being selfish, mean, and disrespectful. Yeah, so if you have needs, um, you are being selfish, mean, and disrespectful. So you are not allowed to have needs, wants, requirement. Yeah, that's how they parentify the children. That's how they condition their children to betray their own self. Yeah, and keep prioritizing the narcissistic parent. Every time you tell them you need some space, or you want things this way, or you have, some needs, they are going to shame you, and they are going to tell you, the kind of things they have done for you. Yeah, and this is basically to, pass across this message that, your needs are not important. Keep your mouth shut, get rid of your needs, wants, requirement, survive with the bare minimum that is being given to you, and serve the narcissistic parent, attend to the needs of narcissistic parent. Yeah, and if you attend to your own needs, wants, and desire and requirement, you are being selfish, you are being disrespectful, you are being ungrateful. Yeah, because you are not valuing the sacrifices made by your narcissistic parent. You are being a selfish kid. Yeah. So that's how, twisted, toxic, dysfunctional, antagonizing, things are in narcissistic families. So yes, having needs is being selfish, mean, and disrespectful. So get rid of your needs. Yeah, then they are going to, perceive that you love them and you respect them. But if you have your needs, and if you are trying to take care of your own needs, wants, requirements, that's a red flag for them. Yeah, because you were not bred to have your own unique life. Yeah, you were not bred to be yourself. You were bred to, serve them. You were bred to be a slave to them. Yeah, by prioritizing them and betraying your own self, your own authentic self. The other kind of love and respect that narcissistic parents expect out of their children is, that you need to think, feel, and behave the way they recommend and approve. Yeah, when you think, behave, feel, and talk the way how they recommend and approve, then they, see it as love and respect from your side. But when they see you, thinking differently, when they see that you are talking differently, when they see that you are feeling differently, you're behaving differently, all of it is, something which hurts them. All of it is something which is like a red flag to them. Yeah, and that's not what they bred you for. They bred you to behave a certain way. They bred you to talk in a certain way. They bred you to feel certain things. Yeah, they don't want you to independently function, behave, feel, talk, act. No, they don't want you to do that. Yeah, they want you to talk the way they approve of. Yeah, so you need to even think or feel the things that they approve of. Anything out of that is going to cause them narcissistic injury. Any of the things that you do, which is not prescribed and approved by them, if you think, do, speak, or feel, which is not prescribed by them, is going to be, seen as a threat, is going to be seen, as a bad thing. Yeah, that is not something which they want out of you. They are the puppeteers, they are the masters, and you are the slave and you are the puppets. Yeah. So, they don't want you to feel the things which they don't approve of. Yeah. So, if they are treating you badly, they don't want you to feel bad. They want you to apologize them. They want you to shape shift. They want you to mold yourself to suit their wants, needs, and desire. They want you to seek apology from them. Yeah, because you hurt them. Even though they are mistreating you, they are abusing you, they are torturing you, they are, treating you like shit, but the kind of response they expect out of you is that you reaching out to them for an apology, you thanking them for the mistreatment, and you doing your best to be relevant to them, you doing your best to serve them and be in their good books. So narcissistic parents want you to think, talk, feel, and behave the way they approve of. Anything apart from that, anything outside of that, not allowed. Yeah. And then they are going to see it as a threat. They are going to you know uh, perceive that you don't love them, you don't respect them, because you are doing things your way. The problem is that these narcissistic individuals, they are unable to accept your authenticity. Yeah, authenticity is something that enrages narcissistic individuals. Yeah, because if they are going to accept your authenticity, they will have to look within, they will have to do some inner work as well. Yeah. So because they want to live a lie, they want to live in that bubble which they have created with misinformation, lie, withholding fact. They really don't want to go deeper and fix things. Yeah, it's all outside. Yeah, they think that they are perfect, they have reached epitome of perfection, and that's it. Change is for the flawed ones, change is for the inferior ones, they are perfect. Yeah. And as a result of which they really get intimidated when they see individuals being their authentic self. And that is the reason narcissistic parents try their level best to keep you away from discovering your authentic self. They will shame you, they will criticize you, they are going to do all sorts of nasty thing to keep you away from discovering your authentic self, to keep you away from becoming who you are. Yeah, they don't want you to be yourself, they want you to be the version that serves them, and that's it. The other form of love and respect that narcissistic parents expect out of their children is that you treat others the way how they want you to. So if they are angry with someone, they want you to be angry with them. If they are not speaking to someone, they don't want you to speak to that person. If they hate someone, they want you to hate that person as well. If they are mistreating someone, they want you to mistreat that person as well. And if you don't abide by, if you don't follow the instruction and the rules, and if you treat others differently, that is something which hurts the narcissistic parent. That is something which really hurts their ego. That is something which causes them narcissistic injury. Yeah, because they see you as an extension of themselves, so they want you to treat others the way how they treat all the others. Yeah, they don't want you to treat the individuals in a better way, whom they are treating badly. They don't want that. If they don't like your partner, they want you to hate your partner as well. If they are not treating your sibling right, they don't want you to treat your sibling right. They want you to treat your sibling miserably. They just want you to be a loyal, dedicated, devoted, you know uh, carbon copy of them. Yeah. And simply do the things they want you to do. Yeah, their way and not your way. So if your narcissistic parent is not in touch with some relative, or they are not in good relationship with some relative, cousin, and if you reach out to them, and if you, I mean, establish a good and healthy relationship with them, all of that is going to cause them narcissistic injury. Yeah. So if they are treating others badly, they want you to treat them badly as well. If they are not speaking to someone, they want you to not speak to those individuals. If they hate someone, they want you to hate that individual as well. So there is no room for individuality. There is no room for, you to be yourself, or to feel the way how you want. Everything is controlled. It's all, controlled environment in narcissistic families. Everything is controlled, manipulated, and programmed and designed by narcissistic parents. If you you know do things your way, a lot of bad thing is going to be thrown at you. So we simply keep complying, we simply keep playing along, because we really don't want to lose the love and affection of our caregiver. I mean, the saddest thing is that we misunderstand the crumbs for love and affection. Yeah, narcissistic parents throw crumbs at us, and we often interpret it as love and affection, whereas it is nowhere close to love and affection. It's all about serving them. It's all about uh, giving them what they want out of you. That's it. They really don't care what you are going through or what you are enduring in the process of giving them what they want out of you. None of it is their concern. So yes, these were a couple of things that narcissistic parents expect out of their children, and if you do it, that means you love them and you respect them. But if you resist, ask questions, and try and do things your way, you don't love them, you don't respect them. Yeah, and then all the shit begins, all the shit happens. Yeah. So yes, in case if you would like to add in something, you can always comment below. Till then, take care of yourself. Lots of love and blessings to all of you. Bye.